In previous video, we discussed when to use outline-based calculation and when to use a custom script. Now we are diving into most important command in any Essbase script, that is the fix statement. Without fix, every calculation command we run applies to the entire database, that is every block, every cell and for every combination. For a large database with millions of cells, that's incredibly inefficient. Fix tells Essbase only to calculate those specific subset of data which are specified in fix. Everything outside the fix scope is ignored for that command. So the basic syntax is straightforward. We open with fix, list the dimension members you want to target, write your calculation commands, then close with ENDFIX. That is, fix will open with fix and with the dimension target dimension list. It can be dimension 1, that is market, scenario, version, year. Okay, and then we'll write a calculation. Once the calculation logic is done, then we'll close with ENDFIX. So this is the syntax of fix statement. So now let's take an example. We need to calculate a variance, actual versus budget. So if we write a formula directly like variance equals actual minus budget without any fix restrictions, it will calculate the entire database. As you can see here, the scenario, product, time, all the combinations will get calculated for the variance. For example, if you have 500 combinations, all 500 combinations will get calculated. But if you have a business requirement that it has to calculate only for specific set of data, for example, only for FY24 and for New York City. So in that case, we need to write a fix statement. As you can see here, fix of FY24 New York variance equals actual minus budget, and we are closing with ENDFIX. So what it does is it just pulls data for New York and FY24. It doesn't pull all the data from the database. It just pulls only these data which are specified in the fix statement, and it applies the variance logic, that is actual minus budget. Only for a small set of data, the variance will be calculated and saved into the database. So from this, there will be a 500x, that is 500 times the performance improvement on this command alone. Right? It's not calculating entire database. Now let's look at another example, that is nested fix logic. So when do we need nested fix? We have a business requirement that each region have their specific formulas to be executed. That means each region will have its own formula or own logic. So in that case, what happens? We need to write a fix or nested fix logic. For example, we have a global fix, that is forecast and FY26. That means the logic applies for forecast and FY26 no matter what region it is, right? So for east, we have a separate logic. That's why we have given fix of east only for east region. This ratio will get calculated, that is revenue divided by revenue of total east. Similarly, for north, the ratio will be calculated by taking north revenue divided by total north. So this is one of the nested fix logic example. By maintaining the global fix and the nested fix, it keeps our script readable and the calculation targeted. So what are the common mistakes developers do? Developers write a fix statement that are too broad. That is, if they write instead of fix of east, if we write fix of market, that means the entire dimension members will be calculated. If we don't specify which market, it loops through all the markets present in that dimension. So we need to be as specific as possible. So another mistake is forgetting the end fix. Whenever we open a fix statement, it has to be closed or end with end fix. So, or otherwise the script will error out. Another tip for handling the fix statement is, if we want to run for a combinations which are very big, we can take a sample set of data. That is, instead of taking the entire east region for the calculation to test the calculation, we can take only one member from the east region, run the rule, make sure the data is getting validated as per the business requirement by doing a positive and negative testing, and once it's confirmed that the script looks fine, then we can extend for the entire east region. So what happens here is the debugging of script will be very faster, and the validation cycle also will be faster because we are taking only a specific set of data. So this isolates the problem faster than running the full database every time. So in the next video, we will add a conditional logic with if statements, combining with the fix statements as well. So this makes our script very dynamic.